Hey, what's up? It's Brad with Despite Fitness, and I am just making my way to the gym this afternoon, this morning, to get some training in. And I wanted to make a little bit of a follow-up to my video about forced retirement. And so first off, I'm completely overwhelmed by the response that I got from the video. Had some folks reach out to me, friends, which I guess is to kind of be expected, sort of. And then some other folks that that I never spoke to before, reach out to me and touch base and tell me that they like the content, don't want to see the channel stop. Just kind of hit me up about transition from being a competitive powerlifter to maybe something else. And just had some really kind words, I guess is really the point is. And I was super humbled that that some folks, Scott and Cooper, that you guys, reached out and had some nice things to say. I was also really amazed that, so many people reached out and told me the impact that I've had on them so far. Again, some folks that I've never even met before. And I think that's pretty wild, like that was the whole point of the channel, is to, create something and touch some people's lives and try to help. And I guess that's kind of a measure of success, that people have reached out to me and have an appreciation for what I've done so far. So if for nothing else, I'll keep it up. Sorry. I'll keep that up because, part of my fear was that if I'm no longer a high level competitive powerlifter, that my contributions would be invalidated, right? Or like they wouldn't be valid because I'm not, a top tier competitor. So that was my fear, but I realized that that's silly. So talking about the forced retirement, I want to clarify too. I'm not talking about forced retirement from my career. I'm talking about, from my pastime as a competitive powerlifter, as a high level competitive powerlifter. And so all things in life, I guess, come to a close, right? Like everything changes, everything closes at some point in time. Windows, doors open and they close. And there's a period of time in your life where you do certain things, and then that time goes by. So if indeed, and I don't know for sure, but if indeed this is the closing of an era for me, then so be it. I'll capture it and try to have some grace about it and do the best I can. The reality of the situation is that I'm a father of 4. So my obligation is to the family and to take care of them, and all the time, the energy and everything that goes into powerlifting may not be sustainable in comparison to trying to take care of the family. So family's got to come first. So if in taking care of the family, staying with the Army is the best way, I think that puts me kind of at a loggerhead with the competitive powerlifting, just because of the height and weight. And I'll flash up some stuff here about the height weight standards, but suffice to say, I exceed the weight standards. I still make I'm still able to make body composition through the tape test, because my neck's big enough to kind of compensate, but it's difficult. Things in the Army, as a bigger guy, you're not viewed favorably. The Army really tends to favor smaller, lighter people for a number of reasons, but it is what it is. So if in expanding my career, or trying to take that next step and looking into maybe going into becoming a warrant officer or something of that nature, my size would be that much more of a discriminator. So I have to consider that going forward. So I guess that's kind of what I was talking about. Anyway, I'm at the gym. I'm going to move in and we're going to get some training in, and I'm more talking, I guess. We'll see how it goes and see what we can do. Hopefully I can create some interesting stuff as we go forward. Here we go. Like I said, you know, I had a minor injury to my calf about a week ago or so, a little over a week ago. I was doing some squatting and got in the bottom and started to come up. Felt kind of a pop or a slide, not a pop. Just felt something like something sliding. I don't know how to describe it, but it hurt like hell. So I'll show that clip right now. And so you can't really see anything, but yeah, it was pretty traumatic. And then I spent the next week or so kind of limping around. So today's my first day back, trying to do some squatting. And what I got set up here is safety squat bar, and basically gonna be doing some Hatfield squats, try to work around the injury so as not to aggravate it, but get some leg training in. So just gotta find a way. You know, when you hit that, you hit a wall, you hit an injury, it's gonna end up happening at some point in time. You just find a way to work around it and do what you can. So I'm just in the process of warming up and see how heavy I can go today without causing any problems. So there we go. Hatfield squats are going good so far. No calf pain. Hanging out with Omar. Hey. And yeah, so I'm actually up to working weight. What the actual prescription was. Now, obviously, prescription was for kind of a full squat, and I'm doing Hatfield squats, which means I'm obviously taking some of it off with my arms, but I'm getting training in, so that's better than not. And I'm still kind of staying in the target zone of weight. I'll take that. That's a fucking win. So anyway, take another minute here, then I'll do my first working set and hope I don't die. Got the squat portion done. I did the Hatfield squats. I had about 215 kilos, a little north of 470, which again is what was prescribed. No issues with the calf. Everything felt great. I'm trying to make up the workout with the hurricane kind of pending. I didn't get the training in like I planned for this weekend, so basically making up a day today. So hit the squat. I'm gonna roll on the bench. Omar's finishing up his stuff. Needs a spot. So after this, I'll start rolling the bench. All right, so warmed up on bench here. I'm up to my working weight, and I'm at like 175 kilos. So like right around 385. And I'm supposed to do 4 sets, 5 reps. And this is the first time I've gone this heavy since kind of tweaking my my left pec a little bit. So it's been a little bit tenuous for me. Been tentative with it, I guess. So far it's feeling pretty good with warm up. So we'll get a set in and see how this feels. Probably do a single just to feel the weight, and then go from there. So yeah. All right. Successful gym day. Pretty good. Get to hang out with Omar. I just saw Z, and he's getting into training right now as I'm walking out. But it was good. It was nice to get in and get moving. You know, I was coming off the deload week, which ended up being kind of a week off just because of the injuries and stuff. And you know, it's always hard kind of getting back into it after taking the time off. Just feel like nothing moves right, you know. But it was a good, successful day, so I'm happy. And pack up shop and do a couple things and head back home.